Thanks for taking the time to learn more about the Contendo Training Solutions training management system. In this demo, I will show you how the Contendo TMS makes managing training, tracking training requirements, monitoring expiration dates, and managing employee training records much easier. At the same time, we will also be able to provide the employer with a solid proof of due diligence, all while easing the burden on the training management and administrative staff. Okay, let's get started. Let's show how simple the TMS is to use and the power that it has. First of all, you've built up your business, or you work for a great employer. Your brand should be recognized. Your brand is your identity. You own it. This is your home screen. This is where you will start and where you will go to access the features of the TMS. There are two levels of access: employee and administrator. As an administrator, you will have the ability to manage tasks such as users, assigning groups, creating training materials, purchasing Contendo training materials and assigning it to users, and to create field level assessments. We will now demonstrate each of these tasks over the next few minutes. As an administrator, the very first thing you are going to want to do is add your users. You can add your users in two ways. First, you can click on the button here on the top right of the screen and add each user one at a time. Then you'll click New User. Now you just go ahead and fill in all the appropriate user information and the user will be created. If you do not enter a password for the employee will receive an email requesting them to verify their account, and they will be provided with a temporary password. Don't worry, once the operator signs in, they will be able to change that awful password to something a little bit easier for them to remember. If you would like to add multiple employees at once, you can do that as well. We have provided a blank Excel template that you populate, then save and import these users. Next, we can group employees together. It may make sense to group employees together according to the job they perform and the training requirements that they have. Let's create a new group called Outside Workers. The training required will be assigned at the group level. Let's go ahead and add some training requirements for this group. You can go to Training Certificates and select the training requirements you would like to add to this group. Training added to this group can represent training from a number of sources. It could either be online Contendo safety training, third-party issued training, or in-house developed training. It is this feature that is one of the main aspects that sets us apart from our competition. We track not only purchased training, but all training, making Contendo's TMS a complete training management package. Once the group has been created, you will now be able to assign users to that group. From this same screen, you can click on the Users tab and add users to this group. The users in the system that have not been assigned to a group will show up in the drop-down menu. Once an employee gets assigned to a group, all the training that is required for that group will now be assigned to the individual. As employees begin to have training assigned to them, we can now move on to the reporting section of the TMS, a major strength and advantage of the Contendo TMS. We can run the training matrix report that shows what training has been assigned to an employee. This report will show some very useful information for your business. If the record comes up red, that means that no record has been found, meaning that the training has been assigned to the employee, but they have not completed this training or it hasn't been uploaded. A red date means the training has been completed, but it is expired. A green date means the training has been completed and it is not expired. Prior to the dates of the training expiration, the system would have generated emails notifying the administrator and the user that their training was about to expire. Okay, let's take a look at some of the additional types of training that can be tracked in the Contendo TMS. As mentioned, we can track third-party training certificates. A good example would be first aid. Once the HR department is provided with the first aid certificate, they can scan this into the system and provide the expiration dates and choose the notification schedule they like. But the TMS is not done there. The employer can also create in-house training within the TMS. The employer can add training materials for the employee to read. The employer can choose to have a simple acknowledgement box to be checked by the operator showing that they have read and understood the material. Or the employer can create a test for the employee to do. The system will track the test scores and keep it in the employee profile. When it comes to an employer showing the due diligence in their training, the best way to do this is for the employee to go into the field and demonstrate for their supervisor that they can perform certain tasks safely and competently. The supervisor will print out a field-level assessment form, another unique characteristic of the Contendo training management system. The employee will then have to demonstrate that they can perform the tasks, and the field-level assessment must be signed off by both the employee and the supervisor. Each field-level assessment has a QR code that allows it to be uploaded back into the employee's file. The field-level assessment can then be uploaded into the employee's file as a record that they have demonstrated the skills and competency that were needed. The Field Level Assessment, or FLA, enhances your training program immensely. It provides the due diligence that you can show that not only have your employees taken some training on a topic, but they can truly demonstrate that they understand and are capable of performing the tasks that they have been trained in. If the employee wants a paper copy of a certificate but loses the copy, it can be easily reprinted. There you have it, a brief look at the Contendo training management system. It is a complete training tool that is designed to make the life of a training administrator much easier and to provide the employer with the peace of mind that they have done all that they can to make sure that their employees work in a safe and competent manner. Thank you again for taking the time to learn more about the Contendo training management system.